You are denied admission. I'm sorry, what? Hello beautiful people, it's Maya, and today's mission is to share with you my experience from when I was rejected from my dream college. If this has happened to you and you have been rejected from your dream college and you feel like you have no other option, please stick around and watch this video because the same thing happened to me, and I want to make sure that I can give some people motivation on how they can move forward from such a drastic thing. But before we get into the video, please make sure that you subscribe, and if you have not hit the notification bell, what are you doing? Hit that notification bell so you know when I post another video. Before diving in on the subject, I just want to give my background information from high school and how I was academically and just all around as a high school student. So I was a straight A student. Occasionally I would have like a B in math, and it would always be in math. Everything else, like, it was fine. I was a hardworking student. I was in band for freshman, sophomore, and junior year. So, I was doing different activities. I had a job towards junior and senior year. I was doing community service activities. I was in National Honor Society. I was a Spanish tutor. I was doing all these things. You're told that colleges are looking for someone that is a well-rounded student. So, I was like, okay, I'm doing band, I'm doing community service, I'm in NHS, I have great grades. My GPA, I graduated high school with a 4.2 GPA. I was taking AP classes, which are advanced classes. I was really working so hard in high school. I would really put my best foot forward, and I was doing everything that you're told to do or doing the right thing. But the sad reality is sometimes you can do everything perfect or everything that is considered to be right and still not get what you want. But what I've learned from that, and the main thing from this experience that I'm going to share with you, is that what is meant for you is meant for you. So senior year came and I was doing very well in school. I was doing my tutoring, as I spoke about. I was taking my advanced classes. I had a job. I was working through all of these things while also maintaining my grades. And as college was approaching, I had to do standardized testing because, our system is based on numbers. I took my SAT for the first time and the score was not pretty. I was not pleased. And I'm not one of those people that's like, oh my gosh, I got a 99, I failed. No, it was not a good score. I'm just gonna tell you that. It was less than average. And I was just confused about the whole thing because I was like, I studied hard. I did everything that they told me. I did an online course. I went through the book and I was doing this consistently. And I was like, this is general knowledge. I'm getting all A's in school. Yet when it comes to this standardized testing, these skills that I think I have are not being portrayed. But the person that I am, I do not give up on things. I will keep going until it gets better. So I took my SAT for a second time. And guess what? You were like, okay, I'm taking this second time. I know what I'm going for. I did worse. My score was lower than the first time. And it's like, how does that even happen? People usually get better as they take something again. And I was over here not even laughing at myself. I was legit disappointed in myself. Did I tell any of my friends about this? Did I tell my counselor or anybody? No, I did not, because I was ashamed because I had such these high standards on myself, and to not make that, I was like, come on, Maya, what are you doing? But like I said, I am a person that does not give up. So I took my SAT for a third time, and I was like, okay, what can I do different this time to make this experience a little bit better? And what I did differently is I actually studied less. For me, I realized just letting go and doing the best and trusting in myself that I'm going to do something well, that's when it tends to work. If I'm over here studying, being super analytical about what I'm doing and how I need to read this many pages a day, or I need to do this many math problems a day to prep for this test, that's when I did worse the second time, because I studied so much to the point that when I actually took the test, it was like all the information was out of my head. I took the test a third time. I was nervous. I did what I needed to do, and my score was a lot better. It was not like above average, but it was average, and I know that the places that I was applying, this score would be acceptable. I have a satisfactory score for my SAT that I know colleges will accept. I have an amazing GPA. I have these clubs under my belt, community service activities under my belt. I was ready to go. I was ready to be accepted to college. So then it actually came time to apply to colleges. I had one specific school in mind. This is my dream school. I would always tell everybody, like, yeah, I'm gonna be going to this school. And I knew people that went to this school. I put everything, all of my belief, I put everything into that. I was like, okay, I'm going to my dream school and everything is going to be perfect. Like, obviously they're going to accept me, right? So I applied to my dream school, and I want to say maybe 4 other colleges. And, a lot of people will criticize you for that. Like, you didn't apply to like 10 places. But I had faith that I was going to get into this one school. So the other schools that I applied to, I wasn't really worried about that and the outcome. I literally had it marked on my calendar like acceptance day, because I was prepared to, open my letter of acceptance. I remember this very vividly. I was in English class, and the week before that, I was telling like my table group, like, I'm just waiting to get accepted to this school, and everyone was so excited, and I was like, I get to hear back next week around this time during class. So they were excited. We were in class. I was like, okay, it's time. It was like 12:30 p.m. and I got the email, like, check to see if you got accepted, blah 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 blah. I opened my email. I'm super excited. I'm just waiting to get that confirmation that I'm going to my dream school. I open it and I see in big letters, denied. You are denied admission. I'm sorry, what? I'm not even going to lie to you. I refreshed that page so many times. How am I denied? I wrote an amazing essay to get into that school. I had a 4.2 GPA. I had a pretty good SAT score. What did I do wrong for them to not accept me? And it's sad that I even thought so low of myself at that time, because I really put all of my energy into getting into this school specifically, or just college in general. Because guess what? I was denied from other schools as well. That was just like the cherry on top, and I really felt like giving up. I applied to other places, and luckily I did get accepted into other schools. But the sad part for me is that, it was not where I wanted to be. If I wasn't denied from my dream school, then I wouldn't have been at the college that I am now, and I would not have met the amazing people that I have met. I would have not made the connections that I have made or seen the growth in myself if I did not go to this school. And the reality is, I could apply to the dream school, if I want to go to grad school or something like that. Like, it's really not the end of the world. But at the time, it really felt like it was. So if you have been denied from your dream college and you feel like giving up, all I can say is to believe that what's meant for you is meant for you. Don't think that there's anything wrong with you. Do not put all of your faith into the numbers. And what I mean by that is, you may have got a perfect SAT score, but that doesn't mean that that school is meant for you. You may have had an amazing GPA. You may have been valedictorian, and sadly, it's not guaranteed. It doesn't guarantee a spot for you. But what you have to remember is that you are more than numbers, and that you are more than your grades. You are more than a piece of paper that we call a diploma. And that's what I really had to think about. Why should my grades justify that I am a smart person and that I'm worthy of going to this place, or I'm worthy of getting these scholarship opportunities? I know people who are not doing great in school, but they are a very, very smart person in general. So why should that take away from the person that they are? That's what I had to tell myself. I am more than numbers. I am more than an SAT score. And just because my scores weren't perfect, or if they were as close to perfect as they could be, I am more than that. If you can, apply to other schools and keep your options open. Think about if college is for you. If you get so tied up in the numbers and making yourself feel like you're not good enough, you're just gonna make yourself feel even worse about this process. Rejection is just basically a sign of, hello, you are worthy of something greater and something greater is going to come. So don't take this as a slap in the face like, oh, I'm not good enough. You are more than good enough. So that is my experience in getting rejected from my dream college. If this resonated with you and this was able to help you out, just let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope that it was helpful to you. All I'm gonna say to you right now is to not give up. Keep pushing on. You're exactly where you need to be right now. Thank you for watching.